John Humphrey Noyes founded the Oneida Community in 1848 as a stepping stone over which he was convinced the armies of Christ would soon advance to establish God's kingdom on earth. One remarkable aspect of the Oneida Community was its repudiation of the Christian notion of life on earth as the vale of tears. The Oneida Community was taught by Noyes that unhappiness was, if not a sin, a serious deficiency. Noyes believed that it was not God's intention for love between men and women to be confined to the narrow channels of conventional matrimony. All male members of Oneida were therefore considered to be married to all the women. Noyes' teaching about sex and marriage were contrary to what most Christians believe. Members of the Oneida community dismissed all established laws against adultery and fornication. Their intensely controversial beliefs and practices were unthinkable to Christians of their time and even now. Children in Oneida were expected to join in sexual life of the community while in their early teens, and girls were ordinarily introduced to sex by Noyes as soon as they reached puberty. On November 1, 1846, Oneida's first 7 members signed a statement of principles which surrendered all personal property, declared God as the ultimate and absolute power over them, and that John Noyes was the father and overseer of Oneida. Oneida was truly a utopia before its fall. Many of the practices were far from what happened in the real world. Everyone shared their work responsibilities, women did not have to tend to children, all property was held in common, and most importantly, the members of the community shared the same vision as Noyes. Oneida women were freed from the strains of childcare through communal child rearing. They wore a functional bloomer type outfit, they cut their hair short, and were able to engage in virtually any type of community work they wished. Since women and men at Oneida shared a common personal and religious commitment, it radically undercut normal social restrictions and made it easier for women to see themselves as equals to the men. Noyes did not limit his teachings and beliefs to the community of Oneida, but Noyes also reached out to the world with ideas by means of his newspaper, the circular, pamphlets, and books. In a pamphlet by Noyes in 1850 entitled Slavery and Marriage, a Dialogue, Noyes described marriage as one and the same as slavery. Noyes states in that dialogue, "Marriage dictates sexual union, I will allow, but marriage in pairs is only one form or method of bringing about sexual union, and I believe that this method is as arbitrary as the slaveholder's method of securing natural service, and it is very extensively, if not universally, a cruel and oppressive method of uniting the sexes, especially to women, the weaker party." In recent years, historians have been able to research the Oneida community more thoroughly through new discoveries of journals and community newspapers in Oneida. One journal in particular that was found was that of Tirza Miller, one of the founding 7 members. Tirza's daily journal noted what it was like to be a female member of the Oneida community, which seemed to be very tiring with all of her sexual rendezvous. Tirza states on April 21, 1877, "It is curious what an amount of attention or attraction I can feel it is directed towards me. Men tell me how much they love me, whom I had not been conscious of attracting." Though the only remains of the Oneida community is their beautiful mansion house, which still looks as perfect as it did in the 19th century, which housed 150 people at one time, as well as their prosperous silver-making industry at the Oneida site. Aside from the provocative sexual practices and complex marriages, Oneida truly gave women of their community, in the 19th century, a place to escape from the troubles they would have had to face in the outside world.